Hello everybody, this is Dean Phoenix continuing with my Death March Viper Hybrid playthrough on New Game Plus. This is virtually no HUD apart from the map because not having the map's annoying, and it is using the gorgeous Viper gear with Manticore boots, Manticore trousers and the Nilfgaardian DLC gauntlets for nice balanced resistances, using Metamorphosis instead of Euphoria because Metamorphosis is incredibly fun and Euphoria is incredibly overpowered, so we don't want to be using that because it's a little bit boring that way. So instead we are going to be playing, like I say, using Metamorphosis, and the first episode we did White Orchard, then we came to Velen, and just starting off with the regular quest that you would normally start with. So the Nilfgaardian connection, and now we are going to be making our way to the Bloody Baron. I've decided I will just speak to him first, get the boring investigative bits out of the way, and we'll pick up the places of power as and when. The plan for this playthrough is that I think I will pick up the places of power as we go along, use the first 22 points that we need to... Ooh, interesting. The first 22 points that we'll need to finish off the mutations systems, which normally out later, but this time I've decided I'll do that first, and then I'll got a few other abilities I want to flesh out after we've done that. So that is the plan for right now, and we are going to get the notice board, Lindenvale, that we're heading to, and then when we've done that, go and do the admit these bits are slightly boring but you know, never mind. Can we get across this bridge without having to kill some folk? Yeah, no, we're good. Some bridges you have like random mini cutscenes and things where people are stupid enough to threaten Geralt or whatever else. Not about that life. So yeah, this is Lindenvale, and we are going to hop off, sort stuff out. Not really a lot that I really have to focus on in this playthrough. Great things about New Game Plus. You've already got everything all sorted, especially with this Viper Manticore build. So let's see if this guy can make us our swords. I doubt he can. Let's have a look. Oh, he can make the Viper one, that's cool. Oh, we'll make that. We'll make both, even though we're not really planning on using them just yet. Currently I have his Aerondight, but Aerondight's extremely OP as well, so not want to stick with that. Alright. Buy any of this stuff we wanted if there is anything, but instead we're just going to some things. Get rid of all this stuff, don't really need it. Just make ourselves some money. And then we're gonna... So Lindenvale, couple of things to do here. You can do the fist fights. I never do those anymore, they're extremely boring. Extremely boring. Good grief. The can't be bothered with those. Just one, and then we're good to go. Also, not going to be different. So yeah, instead of playing everybody, just going to come back later, use the monster deck or the Skellige deck or both, and use those. So we are going to buy the cards as we come across them. Got to do that in White Orchard, but real drama. Alright. Get rid of all this pointless crap as we go. When did I get Zerrikanian saddlebags? That's quite interesting. Normally they would have taken you a little bit longer, but anyway. Guy's giving bad prices, but don't really care. Just going to get rid of all this stuff. Alright. What else have we got? She's part of... But about that, what else have we got? This is a place of power. So I'll grab that on the way back. Grab that on the way here a bit later. Could get this, and then at some point I'm gonna have to fast travel back over this way and stuff. So you know what? While we're here, let's go and grab these. Right, let's get... Make sure we've meditated there. Got plenty, as you can see, 308. The chort load just increased that by 1 again. But we only need 305 to be able to have 4 decoctions, as you can see there. And then use the 25-point potions on top of it. And we have fast metabolism, which is going to make it so that we can use as many of those potions as we want as well. There's Roach making her way over. As you'll notice, she's this being New Game Plus, she's got some really great armour because she's got the... let me have a look. She's got some really great armour because she has the New Game Plus Toussaint armour, which is cool. And it means she has slightly higher stamina as well, so all good. Right. So the great thing about New Game Plus is if you have a very powerful build like this, obviously just a quick thing, if you wanted to make the build as powerful as possible and make make everything extremely easy on Deathmatch, you could just use Euphoria, which is by far the most broken mechanic in the game. But to keep some semblance of difficulty, I'm going to instead use Metamorphosis for a little bit. So that, I think the place of power that we're looking at should be just about over this sort of way. It's the Dragon Slayer's Grotto. So I just need to find that. Yeah, there we go. So that's found the marker, which is great. So when I come back to get the Griffin Sword diagrams, I can get that there. If I want to get those a little bit later, no point yet, as I won't be able to equip those swords until 11 levels into New Game Plus, and I'm only about 4 levels into it so far, I think, if I remember. But the place of power I can absolutely get. So we'll do that. What an outstanding view. Just amazing, considering it's regular Xbox One and it's a game from 2015. Absolutely amazing. Right, so next we're going to head to Down Warren. Whee! Dump. Which is down this way. Grab these Genacia petals. Harpies and stuff down that way, don't care about that. We'll get those later as we come to do the regular quests. And I believe this should be Down Warren. Yep, which it is. Grab all these. No quest to pick up here. Check if this guy has a any Gwent cards to buy or anything. Can't remember who's got what. Nope, nothing for him. Just get rid of this stuff. Oh, look at that Viper armor. Absolutely adore it. Right, okay, sure. We don't have to be looting very much in this playthrough either. So the Viper armor is level 39 and the Manticore gear is level 40. And because they don't have previous versions, I'll not be upgrading those. There will be no other versions to get until I'm 40 levels into, pretty much 39 and 40 levels into New Game Plus as well. So I'll be sticking with these for a long time. It's the resistances that matter, not the armor rating. Armor rating counts for exactly nothing, pretty much. Now, where are we looking here? I think that is our place of power that we're looking at here. 440, so not too far away. Where's Roach? Where you at, babe? Oh, she's stuck. Oh, of course she is. Right, I'm just going to run her off the map. So as soon as she disappears off the minimap, then you can like call her again. And she'll just magically appear closer and not have to wait for her to navigate all those little hillocks and whatever else. Any enemies, there's plenty of drowners and things around here that pop up, but I'm not bothered about those. Don't need any from them, don't need the experience, don't need anything from them really. And I'll be switching away from using Aerondight as soon as I plan on getting the Hearts of Stone rune right and unlocking him very early. So when that's been done, I'll put Severance on. I will put Severance on my Viper Silver Sword, and then swap Aerondight for that. Because as powerful as Aerondight is, it's also really boring, and it has the really annoying. That's going to be a red skull enemy, so that's not the one that I was thinking of. Nope. Where am I looking, people? Must be this one then. I didn't think it was as far over as that. Nothing particularly good in that guarded treasure. Not going to take on a red skull elemental just yet. No real need. There will, however, be an Igni place of power.
A place of power.
Yep, that's what we want. If you're playing a regular playthrough and you want to avoid fighting the werewolf that guards this place of power, this is the way that you go about it. You can come at it from this side. You can normally get around here, one way or the other. Can you get over that? You can get at it from the other side anyway, but doing it this way avoids fighting the werewolf. Werewolf should be hanging around there. Yep, there it is. But we're not about that life either, so we are going to kill the werewolf. Cursed oil. What else do we want? Don't really need any of the others for that particularly. So we'll go with Tornial, and then Thunderbolt after that. Let's go. And with Tornial and the various skills we've got there, we should be alright. Alright. You see the massive range you get on Rend from using Severance. Beautiful. Wrecked. That's what I mean. The werewolf stood no chance then because of how ridiculously powerful Aerondight is. So that's why I might just slip away from that. Just to limit that a little more as well. Where are we at? Can't be bothered with wolves. Never mind. Take these out. Right, so we have just used Thunderbolt, so I'll be able to use Blizzard if these things survive after that, but they'll probably die before I even have the need, to be honest. Yeah, they're all dead. Sweet. Take all of those out. Not that I need the raw meat or anything. It's literally 5 crowns. I'm just going to sell them for 1 each, but whatever. All good. Made short work of those. So that's another place of power. There's one here, which is the one on Bald Mountain. We need to be going this way. Yep. So I could fast travel. But I think what I'll do is I'll just go and grab the other place of power while I'm down here. So that's a fair way to ride, but at least you get it out of the way then. Because there's no real need for me to do otherwise. The reason to come down this particular end of Velen or anything. It's not near anything else. Could kill those things, but again, don't really need to, so not going to bother. Ride past all of these. Just want to find a way over there. Hopefully you can ride through here. So we're going to get this last place of power, and then there is a fast travel point we'll be able to get to. Genacia petals there if I wanted to jump off. So I want to find the nearest place to swim across. That'll be like the least distance, which is probably going to be just over here. From Bald Mountain. Okay. Right, so this is a relatively short across, so we'll go from here. And then we'll grab Roach again when we're on the other side. Make our way to the place of power. Could go straight to Midcopse actually, from this way that I've actually done it. Might be a little bit quicker to do that quest instead of the Barons. You can do them in either order. So let's go with that. Then Roach magically teleports. That's a really cool set of blinders. I like that sort of a little ostentatious maybe, but still pretty cool. So we're going to ride all the way to the place of power. A few Endragers and things down here if you wanted to kill those, but I'm not that bothered. Have plenty of mutagens already because they've all carried over from the first playthrough. If you want to see how I set up the build, we did that from by starting a new save purely of Blood and Wine, and then very quickly building it up by getting the woven mastercrafted chest piece that you can get for free, and then went and got the Viper and the Manticore pieces later to supersede it, whatever you want to say, and end up with a really powerful hybrid build. Which is very versatile and a lot of fun to play as well. So we can play it a little more in a little more immersive fashion. Alright, add place of power here.
Place of power. Should draw from it.
Yeah, we should. Okay. Then we're going to come up here to Frishlow, where we've got a let's have a look. Come to Frishlow where we've got a fast travel point, but then we'll actually go to Midcopse for hunting a witch. And we'll get that. So that's the place of power drawn from. That should be got plenty of points there. Plenty of skill points. We're getting enough to finish those mutations. Like I say, that's going to take 22 in total. But we'll be able to do that pretty quickly actually. Just avoid that gargoyle, don't need to kill that yet. Nothing particular. So you can actually save yourself a ton of time if you know what you're doing and you just go for aim for getting particular things. Which is what we've done here obviously. Right, we're just going to kill these. We have really, really high elemental resistance as well. Okay. Right, let's get a bit of stamina regen going. With our sweep, like we have there. And we'll be able to take these out quite easily. Spin to win. Yeah, so Aerondight powered up again. Ow. Got Swallow going just to make sure that I'm not taking too much damage from these things. Take these out. Right, we could be using Erden here if I wanted as well, but should be alright. Superior Tornial at the same time. Ah, these are annoying when they're multiple ones at once. Uh-oh. Alright, so there we've got Erden down. Ekimara decoction will mean that we get a little bit extra healing there as well. Right, cool. So we've taken all of those out just for just because why not? Why not? Take those out. Grab a few of the ingredients. Excellent. And then we can just teleport and fast travel back. Where are we at? There we go. So, are we going to fast travel or are we going to ride to Midcopse? Is there anywhere closer that we could get to? It's going to be about as broad as it is long, to be honest. We'll put that there. Could do either. I think hunting a witch is like one level lower. 720 riding on Roach is not too far to go, so we'll just do that instead. So we'll do the start of hunting a witch, might do the whole thing, who knows. Whoa, which way is this taking us? Taking us a really roundabout way. How bizarre.
That's it, Roach.
It's more like it. Okay, so this should be the way that we go, I think. Cool. Bunch of Endregas again. Just gonna ride straight past those. Okay. Which way are we going now? We're on track? Yeah, we're on track. Probably ride through byways as well, from by the look of things. Abandoned site here. Carry on riding through that. No point stopping for any of this stuff just yet. Might come back for some of them at a later date. This is byways. Got the marker there, yep, good. Not going to stop for the ghouls just yet. Because that's a higher level contract, and there's no, the monster for that contract is Sarasti, the Ekimara. And there's no real point in us doing that just yet, because there's nothing we need from the Ekimara. So probably could do it, but not going to take the time out to do it just yet. Want to get everything else set up first, so... there's the place of power that we'll get as part of Keira's quest. I'll come back for that later. That one you can only get from Keira's quest, actually. So, all right. Okay. So not too far to be riding now. Almost there. Alright. Could cheat and just look where Keira's house is on the map. Because I know exactly where it is anyway. But we'll just nip through this bit first. Might as well come to the actual town of Midcopse because we want the marker on the map. We want the notice board, which is other end of the... Yeah. Hmm. Seems legit.
Ought to be able to find the witch now.
Ought to. Cool. Let's see what this guy has.
Let me help.
No one of the merchants has the Crinford Reaver card, so we'll just watch out for that. What's that? Not that I need those particularly, but whatever. Have a look. Right. Oh, we can do Jenny of the Woods if we fancy a bit of a challenge. Do we fancy a bit of a challenge? Yeah, we do. Where are we talking? Do Jenny of the Woods. Hey, shut up. I don't want to do Jenny. That's weird. I'm sure this is the guy who gives you the Jenny of the Woods contract. Maybe you have to collect it from the notice board? Did I not do that yet? Let's go. Notice board. Oh, Vile, that was lame. Where's the notice board? It's around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Right, so now I'll go back to him, and now I bet he'll ask for doing that. Interesting. Well, when I say interesting, what I meant was actually pretty pointless, but never mind. Now he'll talk to me, I'll bet. Where are you? Oh, so now you want to talk, eh? What is... Anyway. So, Jenny of the Woods, notoriously difficult contract.
Let's talk reward.
Let's. Don't know why I'm haggling over like 20 crowns when I've got however many thousands. Alright. Cool. Do you speak to this person? I can't even remember. Might as well while she's here. Oh, there she is. Oh, shut up. Who am I supposed to be talking to? Oh, there she is. Duh. Camouflaged. She was hiding.
What did you...
Alright, cool. Let's go do this, shall we? So yeah, Jenny of the Woods is normally quite a difficult contract. It'd be interesting to see how it is. Without Euphoria, and we may be in a few lower levels lower than it. So it's a level 62 contract, so a little above my level. Could make it easier by coming back in 1 level's time.
Barefoot, a piece of fabric.
But yeah.
From a dress. Got snagged on the undergrowth. Stride indicates she was running. Probably why she tore her dress. Somebody chase her.
Don't know, Geralt. I don't know.
Couldn't outrun her pursuer. He stabbed her or slit her throat. Strange. Left the knife behind.
Not cool.
Could come in handy. Drag the body through here. Clear trail. Lugged the body all the way to the woods. Buried it here. Shallow grave. Murderer must have been pressed for time. Something sticking out. A letter. Scorned lover killed the woman.
That's not cool.
A night raid. Alderman probably knew the girl. I gotta ask him.
Ought to. Right, so let's have a look. Won't even need the Arrowcast decoction for this one because we have 79% elemental resistance already, and that being the case, as soon as you put on the Spectre oil for protective coating, you'll be at maximum elemental resistance. So that's a really good tip. Even if the Viper armour isn't your main armour, you can carry it and any of the medium Grandmaster trousers. Take those into New Game Plus. Anytime you want enemies that deal elemental damage, just switch to the Viper chest and whichever of the medium Grandmaster trousers you've got, and with protective coating that would put you at 100% so maxed out elemental resistance. Right.
The night wraith won't appear in daylight.
Mm-hmm. Let's go, Jenny. See what you've got. Rah! Right, let's do this. So, what we want is, we don't need the Aracas decoction, so we'll go with Ekimara, Ancient Leshen, Water Hag, just cause. We want the Spectre Oil on the sword, and then we're going to pile on with a few other things. So we'll take a bit more adrenaline, a little bit of extra toxicity, and then we'll need the Tornial, which we've just got there. And as soon as I didn't mean to use Blizzard there, I meant to use Thunderbolt, but it doesn't really matter. And then we'll go. So, we're going to use Ard Sweep, just to get that stamina regeneration going again. And as soon as she uses that, the Wraiths will try and drain your health. But because we have Ard Sweep, we can just smash them with that straight away, and they don't get close enough to draw much help, which is extremely useful. And the more you use Ard Sweep, the higher your regeneration will go, which is really... let's just get a Swallow going in case she gets any damage going there as well. Okay, so now we have got... we want to get the Thunderbolt on as well. Putting up at all times. And then we can use Ard Sweep just to keep that stamina regeneration increasing as we go. And the more often you use it, the higher your stamina regeneration gets. So if I was to look now, you'll be able to see how high the stamina regeneration is for the rest of the fight. So that's already at 53, and it just gets quicker and quicker, which is very useful. So as you can see, same again. She'll spawn the Wraiths, and they'll try and get close to you and take your health and drain it back for Jenny. But you can get away from it doing that, which is great. So, oh, I haven't equipped any bombs. Sounds about right. Time for me to do that as well. So let's have a look. What have we got? We want the Northern Wind, which is a really good bomb. But for this fight, more importantly, we want to make sure that we get the Moondust bomb, and just use that, because then you don't have to keep Erden up all the time, because it's a very useful one for making the ghost material, and that means that you don't have to keep Erden up to be able to deal damage to it. So yeah, got a good hit in there. Want to keep Quen up too, so keep dodging. And again, don't want the Wraiths to drain any of her health back, so keep using Ard Sweep. Also, we'll keep the... you see there, she did drain a little bit of health back. Managed to take her out. So, really cool having to actually, you know, use a few different tactics and stuff like that. I just like playing the game like that, so let's take out these bandits while we're here. Will you really? Right, so that was Thunderbolt in. Time to die. And we get Blizzard as well if you want. Ha! Couple of swords that we can sell there. Not really any need for us to get the bandit camp and loot this stuff, but you know, whatever. Might as well. Okie doke. So that was Jenny in the Woods done. 6 levels before its time as well. If you try that on a regular deathmatch playthrough, that you'll see that that's a really tricky one to do a lot of the time. But there, especially with Aerondight, it's pretty easy. So allowed us to get a charge up of Aerondight as well. All good. Do love having a bit of a challenge. Like, that would have taken a lot less time if I had Euphoria, but Euphoria is like totally OP, which is why I decided not to use it for this playthrough. Look at that armour set. Cool. Probably say that about 5 to 10 times an episode because it's my favourite looking armour set because it's just like the original set. So, if you're watching this, I hope you enjoy it, but you'll have to bear with me for that because I don't care. Ha! Where are we at? Where's the other dude? Where's the merchant? Where's the merchant? I really don't know, you know. There's a merchant around here somewhere. And he's the person. I'm sure it's around here. Let's get back to daylight. Yeah, there he is. Huh. So if you are using the Northern Realms deck, this guy, make sure you buy the stuff from him because he has the Reaver card. There you go. He has one of the 3 of those. He also has one of the Blue Stripe Commandos. So yeah, he's got a load of good stuff. That might dismantle into something good, so I'm just going to hang on to that. That'll be good. Need to add a slot and severance to that before I swap it for Aerondight. Right. Very roundabout way of doing it if you actually follow the instructions, but it doesn't really matter. Couple of neckers on the way, if I remember correctly, which I do. Get out of it. You can see the slowdown there from killing one of them was because I applied the Blizzard, Superior Blizzard Potion. And the Superior Blizzard Potion is unbelievable because it makes it so that it makes it so that every time you kill an enemy in a battle where there are multiple enemies, you get this slowdown effect, and also you it doesn't cost you any stamina to perform actions, which is really cool. Anyway, through this stuff, a few herbs and things to grab. Right, grab all this. Alright.
Anyone home? Ordinary ointment. Nothing special. Now, where's she run off to?
Dimeritium in the basement, if I remember. Definitely something worth grabbing. I can't remember what exactly, but... Yep, Dimeritium. There you go. Oh, Greater Bella's Runestone. That'd be really good if you were early in the game. Add that extra, what, 5% sign intensity, which is cool. Load of books, pentagram. Portal. And that's Keira.
Don't be shy.
I'm so impatient on replays. Well, goddamn. Huh.
Where? Hope you didn't come to court.
Always.
To talk.
Turn around and wait.
Winner. Right, okay, so got all this stuff here. Where are we going?
Oh.
Cirilla. So we're looking for Ciri. Yeah, gotta get through all this.
Oh, it was.
Right.
He did. Only. No.
So,
Yes.
what?
I've the sun. Yes.
Right, so we're just going to go straight to this and do Wandering in the Dark, get that out of the way. Pretty cool. Just going to double check. I keep forgetting to check that the sound's coming through on the stream, so I probably best do that now. Whoop.
This is the place.
Been here before?
No. I was hoping the elf would return as he'd promised, or else his waif would appear. At any rate, I've no idea what to expect from this place.
Well, let's find out.
Come on!
So just check that this is all coming through okay. Get all this stuff as you come down. The Wild Hunt. Ah!
The Wild Hunt.
Anyway.
Can you
I'd rather teleport.
teleport? Hurry up.
Not sure I like any of this.
Okay, do keep losing the headset a little bit, which is mildly frustrating, but never mind. So, got Wandering in the Dark. We just want to be using our necrophage oil. So a lot of the enemies in here are necrophages. And then we're going to get the 4 decoctions I always use. Water Hag, Ancient Lesson, Arakas, and Ekimara. On we go.
Ready. Follow me. Come on! Come on! Ah!
Uh-oh. Normally I'll kill the necrophages and go exploring in that canyon and stuff. There's a lot of good stuff to grab, but don't really need to do it this time. Yeah, I'll grab that. Doesn't really matter. I can sell that afterwards. Get out of it. Drowners, necrophages, so we've already got the correct oil for those. Get a bit of extra. Extra stamina regeneration there. Get out of it. Got massively increased range on Rend with Aerondight because of that. Never actually follow her through the portal. I always just go the my own way. So, but whilst we're here, fun thing about Metamorphosis as well is you don't have to apply the cat potion. It sort of has that ability anyway when you use your Witcher senses, which is cool. Because otherwise, cat's kind of annoying, because as useful as it is, you have to use a white honey after you come back into the daylight. Otherwise, you get completely blinded. Blinded by the light. I did that last time. Revved up like a beer in the night. Nobody knows the lyrics to that song, I swear. I actually do know them, but I can't remember what they are. So, so we end up back here anyway. Okay. Check these things out. Let's get the Tornial going. I love having Tornial for the increased stamina regeneration. Really good like that. And they're all dead. Best thing about the Superior Tornial is, like a decoction, it lasts for absolutely ages. If you're at night, it just lasts indefinitely. It doesn't wear off until afterwards, which is cool. Which way am I supposed to go? Going up this way.
Keira?
Normally a water hag or something knocking about here. Plenty of those chests that you can grab good stuff from if you so desire. But I don't really need them, so I'm not going to go out of my way to look for them like you would normally. There's stuff around there as well, and a foglet to take out. Now, have I got upscaling on? I think I have. So I might have the incredibly terrifying rats, which will like absolutely break you in half. You got to be careful with those. Okay. So, get those. On we go. Right, onwards.
No. Indeed.
Yeah.
Come.
Never.
Well then.
Which way are we going? Is it this way or is it this way? I think it's this way, right? Yeah, it's this way.
An old elven port.
Must have been how they got here by sea.
I wonder how long ago that was.
Careful.
Right, let's get the spectre oil on. Short work of these things.
Vapor. It's toxic.
I hardly need instruction from you. I recognized the Vulpine Morel immediately.
Yeah, check you out.
He learned to cast igni. He tried it out on a patch of these mushrooms.
Terrible idea.
Right, don't have to fight those because we're only bothered about doing the actual story. So I'm not going looking for the rest of the stuff. Normally you'd need the playthrough, the gear for selling. You might find some interesting swords, but more importantly you'd find your alchemy recipes as you go through. But this is one of the great things about the New Game Plus is you don't have to bother with stuff like that because you've already got everything carried over. So I don't have to go out of my way searching for things. I have no need for money because I've already got all the armour and the build set up and everything else. So it's really cool. Love New Game Plus for that. It's a much more streamlined experience. So, me skipping over that dialogue, you got to find Kelpie, but it's talking about the. Geralt explains it's talking about the name of Ciri's horse, I think, childhood mare. So we're actually looking this way. Which is cool. Is it here or is it in the water? It might be actually be in the water. I think it's in the water. Let's have a look. You can see there you've got the cat effect when I'm using the Witcher senses, which is cool. There we go, that's Kelpie.
Drawing of a horse. Clue for Ciri. Must be.
Has that opened it? Should have done. I thought normally it shakes like an earthquake.
Kelpie.
Ah, there you go.
Horse. Almost exactly like the last one. Let's see what
There you go. Yeah, it did. It's almost like I knew from beforehand. Right, there we go. Let's! Is this where you gotta fight an elemental? I feel like it is.
Now I know what distorted my effort at
I think that's a swallow.
Swallow!
Sure it's safe.
Of course. The elven maiden.
Begs the question, how did the hunt get past the elemental with it still being there? Or they use their portal, I suppose. There you go, so there's the answer to it. Whereas we are not Cirilla, so this thing is going to attack us. Ah! No, that being the case, we have to be careful with this thing because we don't have any... we have to be careful with this thing because we don't have any... let me just think. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we have to be careful with this thing because we don't have any bludgeoning resistance, so we're going to have to make sure that we keep going up.
Like the calm before a storm. I'm
Alright, Star Wars style. So we can use the Northern Wind Bomb there. And this is going to be the example of how you can stun lock an enemy with Ard Sweep, which is really cool. So you get a hit there, heavy attack, and the more I use it with the Ancient Lesson Decoction, the more often, the higher my stamina regen increases. So by the time it's recovered, I've already been able to use Ard Sweep again versus single enemies. That it's just a brilliant combination in general. The Ancient Lesson Decoction with Ard Sweep. And it also triggers, as you can see, Wraith Decoction, Choke Decoction, Wyvern Decoction. It triggers those, which I did not know until I started this playthrough, but it makes sense. The Stagger from Ard counts as a sort of critical affliction, which is what triggers Metamorphosis. So every time you use that, it's really cool. So how many superior elemental have we got? Still 44 hits, so plenty for taking out this gargoyle, so we'll do that as well. Just because big ugly brutes are our forte, and so we are going to take them out. So same again, I can just, these things are dangerous, so don't mess about with these. So, Northern Wind. And then stun it. And then just make sure we get the Gwen back up. And a bit of help from Keira there. Oh, I get by. Axe's another good one for making sure that you've got the boost from Ancient Lesson Decoction. Grab that as well. We get a load of bolts and stuff, don't we? Do we even want those? No, we just want those. Those are right, those are right, those are right. I'm not even going to take the split bolts. They're just nonsense. I'm never going to use them. Crossbows and bolts in general don't translate well to New Game Plus. The mechanics aren't implemented properly, so you'll never get higher level crossbows that match your New Game Plus level. So they become progressively worse and worse and worse. They start out being barely any use at the start of New Game Plus, and then they'll quickly progress to being absolutely useless, apart from the status effects that they inflict. So that's why Cat Eyes is probably one of the worst mutations, even though it's a lighter one. It's really not very useful. Uh-oh! Alright. Oh no! No, they didn't. Can we get this? Here we can. Screw it. Might as well grab this stuff. Can always sell it afterwards. The loot in New Game Plus is really valuable because it's all higher level. And as I said in the previous episode, a lot of the time what you find is that the merchants just don't even have enough money to buy things from you because of how valuable and expensive stuff is. Great thing about being on New Game Plus as well is you can completely skip all of this bit just by chucking Dimeritium bombs, which is really fun. If only we could just skip ahead and give Caranthir and Eridin the whooping they deserve right now. Never mind. So yeah, normally this bit's a bit of a pain in the neck. You got to wait for Keira to close the portal each time, but we don't have to bother here because we can just get our Dimeritium bombs. They have like virtually no use for the rest of the game, but here they're very useful. So we'll put them to good use now. Make sure we've got the elemental oil. Right, so basically you can just chuck these things, close all the portals, which is cool. So as soon as she settles, it should close the portal, I think. Might have thrown it a bit early. Kind of hope not. Alright, that one's sorted. Of course we will. I've got these bombs. I just closed it in like no seconds flat, you dozy bin. Anyway. So again, slowly walk. You see that green cloud? That's from the dimeritium bomb. I think I've got 4 of them because they're superior dimeritium bombs. So I can just throw them again. Close the portal before it even opens again. And not even have to bother with the Hounds of the Wild Hunt. Make this bit go a little quicker. I think you can do this with the regular dimeritium bombs, but you'd have to be randomly found the alchemy formula for it and be able to use it to make the 3 dimeritium bombs, and then you'd have to be a little more accurate with them because you don't want to miss, whereas I missed the first one and have the luxury of doing that because I have 4 superior dimeritium bombs, which is great. What do you mean it worked? Anyway, oh yeah, well done. Jeez. You're annoying. Alright, sorted. Now she's going to do a little fainting thing. Oh no!
Just don't faint on me.
Now, in your firm embrace, not a new life.
Yeah. Great stuff.
They blocked the passage. Maybe I can try.
Leave it to me.
Anytime I want to meditate, I've got the bottomless carafe, which is the prize from one of the rewards you can pick from Gaunter Dim for the ending of Hearts of Stone. Depending on which way around you do things, and I did that on purpose in order to be able to get the bottomless carafe and not have to go looting alcohol and things. Get this all sorted.
Come, we might still catch.
We might still catch them. What else have we got? Actually just going to swap Aerondight for the legendary Viper sword. Get a feeling for how it's going to go. If I do switch away from Aerondight. Oh, I can't bother with that.
Yeah, never.
He awaits us.
Oh, big scary. Alright, ready to go. Let's kick his backside. First, probably proper boss of the game. That is a big ol' axe. Yeesh. Yeah, you've so got to die. Ow! So yeah, we'll take him out. Couple of uses of hard sweep. Keep that. And just means that we get plenty of means that we'll be able to get plenty of stamina regeneration for the rest of the fight, and once you've dealt enough damage to him. Ow! Igni does not a lot to him, so I actually meant to use damn it. I actually meant to use Quen there.
Stay calm. Focus.
Alright, let's get these things sorted. Oh damn. You can actually close that a little bit earlier I think, but never mind. So, we're going to take these out. Again, just build up the stamina regeneration a little bit. Ow. Come on. Smack that thing as well. Okay, so that's those done. Shut up. Okay, so there's Nithral again. Get some hits in on him. And the stamina regeneration that we'll have will be really high now, because we've used Ard Sweep so many times. Keep going up. Get a ton of damage in on him. And this is like a really great advantage of having that. So, where's this guy? Dimeritium Bomb, close that portal. Nice and easy. Can we close it before the hounds come out? No. Never mind. Yeah. Oh, let's not close the portal, that's kind of annoying. Anyway, 3 of them. Not that bad. There's me wondering why I can't cast signs. It's because I'm stood in the Dimeritium portal. It stops your own magic, just to be completely useless. Ow. Get out of it. Oof. So we want to be getting Swallow going as well, just to make sure that we're keeping our damage as high as possible. I'm going to check what my stamina regeneration is actually at, because I believe this all counts as one fight, so every use of that Ard Sweep will have been boosting it. So there you look, 69 stamina regeneration, which is insane. And can let me deal a good chunk of damage to this thing, to this guy. Get some nice heavy hits in, and this is why Render's really great. It hits through everything's armour as well. Yeah. And down he goes.
Well and whole. I fear.
Unnecessarily. Let's look around.
My knick is on straight. This looks like the end of the laboratory.
Alright. Grab all this stuff again. Again, usually I go off exploring and find like a couple of recipes and things. There's a foglet to fight and stuff like that, but really not necessary this time.
Alright, let's watch this message.
Let's.
Damn it.
Perhaps.
Place.
Well.
Keira,
Yep.
you know.
I'd look at one.
Alright. Skip through all this dialogue, blah blah blah. Kira's a very interesting character because she's quite selfish, but she does help quite a lot as well. But yeah.
Must have burned these notes himself. The hunt wouldn't have bothered.
Meaning he knew they were looking for him.
Must have burned these notes himself. The hunt wouldn't have bothered.
Meaning he knew they were looking for him.
Yep.
What's this?
The potion I gave him. Seems he saw a use for it. Drank it.
Cool. Right, that's everything all sorted.
This mage herbalist.
Now it's very important
My medallion's trembling.
that you don't skip this bit. I've never done it myself, but I've had people
It's an
sort of
illusion.
say about. Let's have a look.
Meaning.
The Eye of Nehalem. And each time it does, you will think of me.
Thanks.
Lost the sound again there, I do apologise. Yeah, so don't skip this bit. What I was saying was it's very important that you help Keira get the magic lamp because it's the only way that you have access to
Lamp, if I could.
the place of power. Alright, so I believe it's this way that we go.
Looks like another damned riddle to me.
Inscription here.
Show me.
Can you
Give me.
just
Four guardian, the first to light his fire, dared not march on the end. The second...
Right, so the first one's one in the middle two, the second one
The third
has the little
his faithful
music effort.
The fourth marched not beside the first, yet like the second played a tune.
Right. Okay, so first one's in the middle, not playing a tune, which is, I think, that one.
Just gotta figure out the order.
Four statues, each like the other.
So second one is not playing a lament and is on the edge. Is that right? Let's have it again.
What was that inscription again?
Four guardians, four flames, standing proud. The first, to light his fire, dared not march on the end. The second, beside the first, played a woeful lament. The third kept wait. Something just happened.
Behind that wall, a movement. What was that inscription again?
Four guardians, four flames, standing proud and alarmed.
Yeah, got it. Good, good.
The third,
Very easy to work out, obviously, when you know. Actually, a good place to level up Aerondight, that. Because you can fight as many wraiths as you want by repeatedly doing it wrong.
perhaps.
This would...
Cool. Need some more oil at the ready. Got another elemental to fight.
Magic. A place of power.
And this Erden one is extremely important to get because, like I say, it's permanently missable from what I have read or been told, rather. No, Quen. Right, let's get rid of that useless Dimeritium bomb because we'll not have any use of those for about 20 levels now. Cool. Right, that's everything sorted. Bit of a temporary vitality boost. I'm going to put those points into... So I need 22 points to be able to get the mutations. And we've got a few extras in Skellige that will be coming. So just going to put one or two into fast metabolism. So I can use those potions a little quicker again. Because that's a very useful one. Alright, so again, this is how you stun lock enemies with the Ancient Lash and Decoction Hard Sweep. And because I've done that, you can see the Numerator Decoction, Wyvern Decoction, Choke Decoction have all activated for 2 minutes. Because the stagger triggers Metamorphosis, which is so cool. I didn't even know until this playthrough, so that's why you should... So you can just smack this thing down. You're using heavy attacks versus this instead of whirl, because they ignore the armour that these things have. Golems and gargoyles and elementals are some of the enemies where they actually have a decent amount of armour. Most of the time, if a weapon says it's armour piercing or whatever, you don't really have to bother with that. And heavy strikes ignore armour anyway, but in that instance, there are ones that you need to potentially watch out for. So, what else have we got? Don't think there are any enemies this way, just a couple of the things to pick up. Morana Runestone. And there we go. So really it was just the place of power, but might as well loot that stuff, kill the enemy whilst we're there. And we're in good shape. And that is everything. So we can go. Now also have the Eye of Nehelene.
An illusion.
So we can clear any of those illusions, which is always fun. And we're all done.
Do you
Don't know.
Gareth,
Okay. So that's all Keira's stuff sorted. War tag over there, but nothing will really be worth getting from that thing. Let's find a fast travel, shall we? So they would have to clear everything out. There's all these all around Midcopse. Or I could just use the boat that's there, because you can fast travel from boats to certain things as well. So I think I may just do that. So let's have a look. So once you're settled in a boat, you can bring up the world map, and there are certain places you can fast travel to. I'm not showing up just yet. Let's move forward a little bit, see if I can get them to show up. Marginally quicker than travelling yourself. Or maybe you have to have gone there to have triggered them again. Same like you do with the fast travel points. Well, that's annoying. I'll just take this boat to Oriton. And be able to get the notice board there. Ah, yeah, there's the rock fiends. That are part of Keira's quest on Fyke Island. I wonder if you could skip out riding to the island if you've already been here to trigger the fast travel point. That's interesting. We'll try that, shall we? Yeah, that does sound interesting. Just as an experiment. So, these things are necrophages. Might as well take them out while we're here. Hello, ugly things. Yeah, and there's the marker that I wanted. Uh-oh! So, if you hit these things and you make them explode, you can make them actually like destroy each other, which is kind of fun. Ow! Uh-oh, dive away! Yeah, because that really hurts. If you get caught in those explosions, it causes big pains. More of them. Those necrophage hides are very valuable, those are always good. Jump away from this thing. Ah, damn. Didn't get it to blow up its mates. Cool. Grab all of these. Occasionally get necrophage hides, like I did from that one, which is very useful. Right, so I've got the marker there. That was what I wanted to sort of experiment with, and just see if I can skip out the annoying bits where you have to take the boat, and you know, get the Xenobox and everything else. That conversation with Keira. That'll make her quests marginally less annoying. I don't like those Fyke Island quests. They're annoying. They take ages. But I think you also need to do them to get her to accompany you to Kaer Morhen, so you don't fail the quest for Brothers in Arms in Velen. So I'll have to be mindful of that. Alright. So this is Oriton. Well, that was pointless. Another notice board here. There's a Gwent quest that you can, you know, take part in and beat the man from Oriton, the boat maker, if you've already played the Bloody Baron. I think it's the Bloody Baron. Pretty sure it's part of that quest. But for now, I'll just grab the notice board. All sorted. Cool. Now, I don't have the fast travel marker for going to meet the Bloody Baron yet at Crow's Perch, so I'll have to ride there. But mercifully, it's not too long to go. So if you look at the buffs, you can always very quickly check the place of power. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. I think there are 8 in total, if I remember, in Velen. So we've got, where are the others? 1, 2, 3. One is Bald Mountain, which you can't get much later, and then Ulnus and the other Novigrad one. So yeah, I think that's about right. Quick whistle for Roach. Hello, baby. Something's making some fun noises. But again, no need for me to really go and check out what they are, so just gonna leave those well alone. Make a beeline for the Bloody Baron.
Go.
This guy's a clown. So, clown features. Actually, there's a really sad story behind Fair Maid Bilberry. You can get on there are notices on the message board that will say about the funeral of a young girl named, and so the theory is that like it's sent this dude a bit crazy, which sucks. So many intricate details and extras and stuff like that in this game. It's crazily good. Another beautiful Velen skyline, and Velen's like the, sort of dreariest poor place. And even so, you can have these kind of amazing escapes. It's brilliant. I have to come back and play these dudes at Gwent after I've got my monster deck. That's the plan anyway. Might as well buy these while I'm here. Sell some of this stuff. Just to keep the inventory nice and low for using the Aracastic option. Bunch of good stuff you can grab in these huts and stuff like that as well, but no need just yet. This hut in particular I would always watch out for. Make sure you loot this one on regular playthroughs. Got Flawless Emerald there, which is extremely valuable. Lesser Divana Runestone, got Vela's Runestone, so you're always pretty much guaranteed to get a load in this hut. And if you're on a regular playthrough, one of the things to look out for is if you get a Divana Runestone as opposed to a Lesser Divana Runestone. Those are excellent to put in your Viper Swords, because the Viper Swords have a really high chance of inflicting poisoning, and then on top of that you can have those Divana Runestones to have a 3% chance of inflicting bleeding, which is pretty good. So, gotta get through this. Pretty boiny.
Guard called you a sergeant. You a Temerian soldier?
Not your concern, mate.
Gonna buy the Nilfgaardian gauntlets from the quartermaster there. Speak to Fergus in case you want to get the mastercrafted.
Let it lie and try
Anything mastercrafted, because he obviously becomes the master armourer.
fight for our beloved Temeria till death do us part. We chose the former.
And the Baron, your commander?
Yeah, commander.
Look at that. Stunning vistas. I love it. And then that dude like lets one rip, spoils the atmosphere. Come on, man! You're admiring the beautiful sunset and you have to let one go like that. Come on. It's not cool. Yeah. Ba 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 ba.
Rumors.
Okay. Get through all this stuff.
What do you... Get to...
Ugh, gotta get through all this stuff. The Wolf King and all that. Some of the least fun parts of Deathmatch, playing as Ciri. She's really annoying to play early on, and then she's really overpowered later on, so she's never fun to play. She's either too good or just dumb as hell. So we gotta get through all this stuff. Blah blah blah. Where are these stupid little things? Where are the herbs things that's supposed to be for grabs? I want to get some of those so I don't have to grab them later. You can grab, you need wolfsbane, you need fool's parsley and all that crap. These bits are not cool, I've got to be honest. Oh, I wish you had blink straight away. Is it blink? Whatever her other special move is. The one that's miles better than that. Just pretend to be a badass for the little girl. Oy. Right, seriously, grab some of this stuff. And hopefully this will mean that we won't have to grab it later, because you need like wolf livers, fool's parsley, wolfsbane. No kidding. Oh, so annoying. Look at that, that's like 6 of them. Who would you rather fight? Eredin, the king of the wild hunt, or a few howly boys? I'll take the Eredin. Yeah. Yeah, huh? There's that one. Wow, really not looking forward to that basilisk fight actually. I always hate that fight. Right, anyway. Let's grab all this stuff.
My father can even do that. Mine could do a lot more. Come.
Right, come on.
Look. Wait. No.
go through all this stuff. If you don't do it properly, if you don't read everything, then she incorrectly draws the conclusion that it's a fiend instead of a werewolf. Mm. Werewolf. Uh-oh.
Not my.
Right, do I need... What do I need?
All right.
Right, cool, so I'd picked up enough stuff already, that's good, that's why I was picking up all that random crap. And now we can carry on. In fact, you don't need to wait for Greta this time, you can just go. That's such a stupid quest. Oh, I just can't be bothered. Yeah. Probably quite low on health now, actually. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. There's another one down. Right, should be alright now. Get out of it. Just wait for them to dodge. Okay.
Do parents often send their children out to follow the sweets? You can come out.
I'm not bad. The Wolf King will be angry. This way, through the cave.
You lead.
Oh.
It's a bit dark.
It's a bit dark. Love her accent. West Country. Hello, Frodo. We're going to Mordor. That's Bill Bailey, part troll. Absolute. Uh-oh. Oh, this is such a boring fight and all. Especially when I have no idea how much health I've got. Wait for this thing. Uh-oh. Yeah. Let's try and keep dodging. And then getting a few hits here and there. Oh good, I had no idea how much health I had there, so just as well. Right, jackass, why'd you leave the poor little girl? Anyway. Expects a reward, gets naff all. Hardly surprising. All things considered. All right.
Might not be yours, the older one, but you've got to admit a likeness. That's downright striking. You're not see what
Idiot.
Greg.
Anyway, so that's the little recap. And then we got to go and finish this quest before we tell us anything else.
When you, like, what do you, what I need, want me to, then let.
Right, so get all this bit sorted.
When she was a babe, my daughter loved animals. Saw a deer trophy once. Do you know what she asked?
Haven't got a clue.
Is that on the other side of the wall? You see it there? Whoa, what's a trophy?
Fun and games.
Back at her. I'll flay it alive. Here it is. Damn it! Jammed again. Bed chamber. Kara's room is there.
Cool.
Wooden
Every
candlestick.
turn, I want everything
Stem's
to be
broken.
as they left it.
Walls a different color. Something used to hang here. That painting? Right size. Fresh flowers. He expects them to return any minute. Takes hope. The bit. What's... Deep nicks, hit with a heavy object. Rest of the candlestick, and wine stains. Somebody smashed a bottle. Too soon. Yeah, Ervelus hasn't died. Wonder where it'll lead me.
I wonder.
Damn, trail breaks off. Spruce wood. Could find something else. Smells of juniper and some sort of folk talisman. Protective. Question is, against what? Won't find much else here.
Not a lot to really say about this stuff.
Damn ugly for a doll. The kind you'd stick with pins to hurt someone. Incense. And an old key.
Things like that to grab. Make sure you get those if you're on a first playthrough.
Anise. Sandalwood. And something else. From?
Well, bring out the gimp.
Oh, wrong one. Ton of alcohol to grab there. Things like Alkahest or Dwarven Spirit. Don't need them here. But again, if you're in a regular playthrough, something to watch out for. Like those. Alchemy paste and stuff, you get tons of those.
An altar. So, the eternal fires made it to Velen.
Put those out, shall we? It's very liberating playing the game without having to loot things. Very useful.
Plowing hangover.
Alright.
Look, she couldn't.
Some depth. Hope will give you.
Alright. Got the amulet, means we need to go to the pillar and stuff like that.
None.
Could use some hair of the hound. Vodka.
So, ton more experience just cause. Can also speak to Greta. For some reason there's often some really good stuff like meteorite ore and things in these places here on the first playthrough, but not usually in New Game Plus. So if you need to, you always want to be looting and checking stuff like that, they can be stuff that helps go towards your Griffin gear that you'll normally be getting at level 11. Right, okay.
But Ciri,
Again.
yes,
Okay.
I'm not playing.
I'm not playing, I'm helping.
So Ciri was here. Ciri must have used these. Looks like she left them in the natural obscurity of curses by dedication to Baron and his wife. Where'd Ciri get this? Friends in high places in Vizima. A spinning top. Gritka's toy.
Right. Be selling some of these things in due course. Might as well hang on to the rest of it. duplicate trophies there, so we don't want to keep both of those. And this stuff we'll just keep until we go to Toussaint, and if we need any of it, then we can dismantle it then. And the rest of it we'll just sell off as usual.
Gonna kill the monster. Geralt!
Thanks, Greg.
Geralt!
Look for
My...
Ciri.
I knew you got experience when you've done that. I know nearly always go in the room first and then come and speak to Gretka. Gotta make sure you go in the room, then speak to her. Load of stuff you can get. You can climb up into the barn. You can also go in that building there. Like up the side. Loads of places to explore. Go all the way up. You can get up onto the roofs in that sort of room up there as well. But I'm not going to do any of that because I don't need the money. And yeah, it's wasting time. You absolutely can do it. So, where's that quartermaster gone? Speak to this guy. He's got a couple of Gwent cards, but he's also got the Nilfgaardian DLC set. It's him that you buy these from. And the thing that's good about those is I want to be getting these ones so they're exactly the same, except they'll be slightly higher level and have slightly higher armour. Now armour counts for very little, so I'm not actually that bothered, but might as well buy them as not. Sell all this crap. He doesn't give good prices, but I'm just trying to get rid of it to keep my inventory sort of clear. Right, so we got all this stuff as well. Strong and light, just like the Viper armour and the Manticore armour. Yeah. Right, we got the Forge and Skelliger and all that. Blah blah blah. What's he got? You got anything interesting? I can't remember. I doubt it. Nope. That's kind of cool. 100% resistance to poisoning. Really good resistances to human damage types. But you see the Witcher gear. 40% damage resistance to monsters. And most things in monsters. So that's what you want. These are heavy. Take them all from me. This is the problem with New Game Plus. A lot of the time, they can't even afford to buy the stuff off you, so you have to dismantle things. If anything's vaguely useful, you have to sort of dismantle them just so that you can get stuff back, and they have enough money to buy stuff off you. So a lot of the time, sometimes lanes sure don't end up as being that profitable. 160 stuff I need. No. End up just like that, just so that you can sell weapons to them. Right. I was going to keep those Arcanian saddlebags, but I forgot to stash them, and they're lower capacity than current ones anyway, so I'll just sell those at some point as well. Not just yet though. Probably could have sold them to Joanna herself actually, but never mind. Right, so Fist of Fury, not going to bother with. Screw that. Can take out the Basilisk for Shrieker though. And we also want to go and try and get some other stuff. We're not doing invitation from Keira Metz just yet. I'll tell you what I do want to do. I want to go to Skellige to the places of power there so I can finish off my mutations, see what I've got left to play with after that. Just going to very quickly put delusion on so I can speak to this little kid and get the tiny bit of extra experience. Shrieker contract. Believe it's this guy.
Yeah.
Not taking this thing on for money particularly because it really doesn't matter, so we're just going to speak to Simcoe. Poor little bugger. So the reason I put delusion on is because you get more experience for having delusion on there. So okay, instead of whatever it is, and seeing as I've already used the points in it because I needed the points to get down to Ard Sweep here, might as well do that. Alright. Should we do the Shrieker contract? Yeah, let's do the Shrieker contract. Why not, eh, folks? Wonder if this dude I bought the Gwent cards off has enough money to buy those Ericanian, what's its face, saddlebags. Probably does. Hello, allow me to steal these things from right next to you in your own home before I then sell you them back. Always fun. Uh-huh. Yeah, get rid of those, why not? Sell these back. Once you've read the maps, you can sell them back. Preferably to somebody who gives you actually better prices than this douche, but you know, doesn't really matter. Let's get rid of them. They were cluttering up my inventory even though they have no weight at all. It was still bugging me, so I'm just going to get rid. Then I'm going to rob him blind as I leave. Just for giving me naff prices on stuff. Right, cool. Our own brand of strange witchery justice. And now we're going to go and do Shrieker. Where you at, Roach? There's a ton of stuff in New Game Plus that you just don't have to bother doing as well. Like the horse races, where normally you'd want to do those straight away to get better gear for free for your horse, or to sell those to end up with more money that way when early on, you know, you want to build up the amount of money you have and stuff like that. Don't have to bother in New Game Plus because we don't need them. Merchants barely have enough to money to be able to afford loads and stuff like that from us. So you end up with tons anyway. And we've already got all the gear that we could possibly want, so no need. Right. Just going to do the Shrieker contract.
Muzzles caked in blood.
Ah,
What
what doggo.
Monster must have started staggering. Was wounded most likely. Blood. Monster blood.
Where are we at? There we go. Just get the marker here. So I can come back to this later. If it needs a fast travel or anything else.
Lead to the cave.
Yep. A few florins and stuff to get.
Not about to leave. Bomb should smoke it out, though.
I think you have to use Salmon or Dancing Star or one of those. Run away! Monty Python style. Right, let's Draconid oil. Noriel, so we don't have to put up with its gumph.
Gotta nab it before it gets away.
Tawny Owl.
There it is. Won't get on.
Where are you, ugly thing? Can you shoot it down, I wonder, before it gets there? To get it. Nah, can't shoot that thing well enough. I'll get it down in a minute anyway. Could have called Roach, but not far to run. Fast metabolism has taken care of our potion toxicity. Oh, damn. Oh well, never mind. I'll just put on some of the other decoctions instead. We'll go all out offense for this thing. Just because I've used up, I haven't actually sorted my other ones. Get this thing bleeding. Where is it? Alright. Yeah. Takes a ton of damage from burning this thing, if you can get it burning. And then just hammer it. Nice. Easy. Winner. I sword on Roach, but you know. Not so fast, Roach. So, just gonna ride this thing. Ride Roach back and trophy for this thing rather. DC contract on that one. And then I think we'll actually head to Skellige, and we'll do that. And then in episode 3, we'll collect all the places of power in Skellige, and then head back and do the Hearts of Stone part, where we can get some interesting stuff in Hearts of Stone, and also, like I say, in Skellige. So that'll be good. All right. Awesome. So we level up again, and that's all sorted. So 15 points available. We only need another 7. I say another 7. We need 7 to be able to finish off the mutations, and then we can start sorting out the other stuff. So find the crones, and we want to be riding up to Novigrad, so we're going to do that next. Okay, let's get this next. Quite a long way to ride, so we had best fast travel to Hangman's Tree first, and then we'll make our way further north. Once that's done. You're supposed to get yourself... Oh, teleporting horsey. You're supposed to get yourself a pass to be able to cross into Novigrad, but you can just skip it by swimming across the river. Which is quite funny. Oh, person in distress. Right, we've got beast oil on currently, so I'm just going to switch that to the hangman's venom. And then options on. Oh well. Just hit the hit. Really useful having the infinite alchemy stuff. And just throw as many bombs or whatever else you want. And we've got deflection on the armour. So that's always a bit of fun. Because I don't have to put up with any of that nonsense from when they're trying to hit you with arrows or anything like that. They're just like completely bouncing off. Because of deflection. Wipe yourself off. You did. That guy's the leader. Grab all this stuff. Get stuffed. Rude. Rude. Oh, there he is. I wonder who was talking crap. If you can knock these guys off with Ardor Axie, knock them off the horse, and then you can kill them in one like that. The usual rules for New Game Plus of the fact that, you know, R doesn't generally knock people down, doesn't apply when they're falling off a horse. It will pretty much always get finished off like that. Just got to watch that you don't get kicked by the horse afterwards, but all fun and games. Okie dokie. Where am I going? I'm going the wrong way. I'm supposed to be heading north. Cool. Let's ride over that guy. Squash him, almost dead. Ooh, ghouls. Get out of it. Yeah. Let's get the necrophages going here. Oh, really could have done with meditating. Get my proper doesn't really matter. Screwed. Right, get my bombs back and use my proper decoctions, the 4 that I want to be using. Shut up, you. Oh yeah, this guy. Yeah, this is really difficult on Deathmarch, usually. But it shouldn't be here, I don't think. Make sure you got your necrophage oil on. Yeah. It's never even the fact that it's killing these things, it's the fact he's such a dumbass, the guy that you're supposed to be defending, that he gets killed really easily because he sucks. Yeah. So, like, take them out before they get anywhere near him. But again, Art Sweep proven very useful for that, just to knock before they can, you know, get anywhere, which is cool. Got Swallow and Tonial up. That's Thunderbolt. Blizzard rather, so next will be Thunderbolt. Can't tell which is which because I don't have the HUD on, but you know. That should be Thunderbolt. Yeah. Again, take these things out. Right, so that's that slowed down. Where are the others? Got to defend this dude before these get close. Should be alright. And there he goes again. None there attacking him, so he's alright. Ow. Get wrecked. Yeah, much easier when you've got all your skills and you can, you know, stop them properly.
So many goods gone to waste. A shame.
Now, usually there's like, what, a rot fiend and a couple of other ghouls left. They seem to be coming in now. I get him with a long range bomb. Are they attacking my roach? Cheeky beggars. Run away! Yeah. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. You gotta stop these things from getting close to him, because he's so useless he can't do anything for himself. Like, yeah, you can die. I've got pretty much as many bombs as I want as well, so I can take these things out. Ah, crap. Finish these off. Should be easy enough. Ow. And this is why the superior oils really negates the need for fixative as a skill, because even though I've taken out like what 8 or 10 necrophages without Euphoria here, I'm still only just running out of them, and should be able to defeat them pretty easily without it. So there we go, and take all those out as well. Cool. So quest complete, bit of harvest, yeah. Winner. Grab all this stuff. Just for the love of the game. That'll also let me get the crappy fake pass thing and get across the is it the Pontar? I can't remember. But yeah, the dodgy geezer who says about giving you one of those. It's quite funny. Get a pass from him for helping out his brother and stuff. Here, in fact. This is another one where it's a weirdly fixed drop. There's usually a dimeritium in one of these things. Where is it? Like usually somewhere along here one of these will have dimeritium in, which makes no sense, but you know. Yeah, there you go, dimeritium. Really weird, but worth checking out. Where's this scruffy dude who gives you the pass? Ah, here he is. Waving at nobody in particular. What's up, jackass?
What? No. What kind of problem? Give him. What?
Still charge you for it. What a numpty. Anyway, pretty sure this lets you get across the even though it's quite terribly written if you read it, which is funny. Let's have a look. Not doing Woodland Beast because that's a boring ass contract. Totally was forged, mate. You just got done. You got done. There's a marker. That's always fun. Where's the outpost? Some stuff to pick up in one of the outposts. Can't remember where. Oh, there's some dimeritium and stuff down there. Which way am I going though? Not that way. Oh, I changed the quest by accident. That's why. Going visit interest, but because it take me to Novigrad, which is where we're going to be going next. So I'll just go there so that I don't have to run back to if I ever want to do that. There you go, more dimeritium. Like I say, there are like set places where you're virtually always guaranteed to get certain things like dimeritium or ingot valuable later, making witcher gear and everything. Yeah. Grab all this. Alrighty. Got some phosphorus there. Use that for a brown dye if I wanted to dye the Viper gear back that same colour, because it did look pretty cool as brown as well. Although I love it like this with the regular coloration and then dyeing the Manticore gear black. Come on, rope. Why are you over there, silly man? Anyway, on we go. Novigrad. Now, which way am I going? Do I take myself past any notice boards on this side? A couple, in fact. So I'll make sure that I go those ways. There's another marker here. I'll make sure that I ride past. What are you yelling for? Honestly. Right, so up on the end of an episode. Seems a pretty decent place to be wrapping things out, these chords. And I'm in Novigrad, so if you are watching back on YouTube, then I really appreciate you watching to the end. I hope you've enjoyed and everything. And let's have a look. Yeah, please like, comment, subscribe and all that stuff. It helps out and lets you see the rest of the playthrough, because I am enjoying this myself so far. Cool stuff set up quite early, including this Novigrad stuff next, then Skellige, and then even Hearts of Stone, and eventually Toussaint, many levels earlier than they should be able to do them. So always a cool little thing to do, especially when we're dominating things in New Game Plus. So just going to check out this notice board and then head to Novigrad, and that's where we'll wrap it up. That'll get me some more undiscovered locations. Much stuff to loot here, but none of it will be particularly valuable this time. Don't really need it. A couple more Gwent cards to be looking at. Welcome. What have you got there, I wonder? A couple more cards to buy.
Welcome, man.
Hi. Forest devil indeed, but you can't guess what that is. Give you a hint, it's got antlers and it's a lesson. Alright, cool. Is this guy like right here? Yeah, there's a guy right here, so I'll just talk to him while I'm here, might as well. So, yeah. Right, on to Novigrad. Cool. Roach is still here. That's good. Now, where is the marker that I usually go to? It is... I want to say it's this one and then this one here, so we'll go to this one first. Ride through Novigrad. Well, I'll jump off and run actually when we get there, because it annoys me when you can't gallop on Roach. And then after that, in fact, I can get this marker here and then double back across for it. Yep. Right, so in fact that is where I will wrap it up, and like I say, if you're watching back on YouTube, like, comment, sub, and I will be picking this up next time, sort some stuff out in Novigrad, get some things sorted, gonna put everything away in the stash, sell some things like that if needed, and then we'll be carrying on from there. So thank you very much, and you all stay safe, have a good day on the path.